Good morning, good morning. How are you? I've a really interesting morning. I locked myself out, so I'm really lucky that there were spare keys I could run and get to. So it's an exciting morning, but that's not why I'm on here. It's just because I know quite a lot of people and have connected with quite a lot of people online, actually in my group, but I wanted this to be a bit more widespread. About narcissism, and people moan a lot that word gets flung about, and I would actually have to argue that I don't think it gets used enough. I think that because it's such a hard thing to diagnose in a lot of ways, actually, just because purely by what it means, that it's a cute little cat. Anyway, purely because if you are narcissistic, you won't actually go and, there's anything wrong, what I mean? It's always someone else anyway. And the ongoing struggle, if you have had children with somebody who is, like that, who is very narcissistic, is really tricky. Or is it? Because the general consensus is it's really difficult, and actually dealing with someone like that is difficult. And I would like to put it to you that once you get to a point of love, no matter what they've done, but to love regardless, to love without condition, to love without boundaries, because the problem with narcissism and narcissistic people is that at some point they were incredible. And so you're always living with this potentiality. And so if you can suspend your own personal reality just for a minute, in some life, in some universe, if you like, in some timeline, those people stayed great because you imagined it, because you made it real. So if you can just put what you know now to one side, and just the reason I believe, after doing a lot of thinking, a lot of kind of musing on it, and a lot of kind of on it, because of the law of potentiality means that the potential for them to be the person you always saw in them exists somewhere. And because it exists somewhere, you are connected to that possibility, the outcome that you desperately wanted. And because you wanted to see beyond the little niggles, and because you wanted to see beyond that, when it's really, so you can create that in your mind. And because you've created that beautiful outcome with this person, the potential is always there. And that's, I think, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think that can be one of the toughest things to overcome, the loss of something, the loss of the potential that you saw. And because there was potential, it does exist somewhere in the universe. It does exist in some timeline somewhere, on some different timeline that you've had, because everything you can imagine is already happening, has already been. Therefore, it is actually true. This wonderful person who you met, who then turned out to be something else because of the lessons you need to learn, but the potential of that person is still out there. So, my way of dealing with it, because I have got this, I have got this experience, and if you could possibly love anyway, not love the person they are, but love yourself enough to be able to love everything that was and everything that is. Because if we only can live in the here and the now, we can appreciate what was, what is, what the potential and everything like that. But if we can just live in the love vibration, then anything that they do, anything that they choose to do, is not met with what they want. So they're not met with pain and anguish and desire for them. But if you can love yourself exactly as you are, and know that you love other people, and know that you love that person, part of you will, because I believe the reason part of you will always be drawn in is because of the potential. Because of all of that potential, and that somewhere it exists. Yeah. So if you can understand that and lean into the fact that you love the potential of what you could have had, understand that's a grieving process and a loss, but love anyway. Because then you won't be met with this battering of narcissistic behavior. Because narcissistic people do feed off of that. They feed off of your reactions and your pain and you know, of hurting and seeing how they can change you. But when you love anyway, they don't have that power. Does that make sense? So if you have people in your life that are pretty toxic, there is some work you need to do on yourself in order to get to that point. But talking from one who has been there, talking from one who, you know, who had to really come to terms and understand my emotional attachment and love anyway, I don't know, I do know that is the way that I found to come through this, is to love anyway, to sit in the love vibration and to sit in love and above. As my friend Jules France, she coined the term love and above. And if you can sit in that love and above vibration, they don't get what they need from you, but you also aren't giving what you don't want, and you can love the fact that there was always potential. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that, because potentiality, the law of potentiality and the potential in things, is sometimes what we grieve and what we might have had and what we thought we had. And there's a lot more people than you know who are going through that, the grief of the loss of what could have been. And somewhere, in some universe, in some timeline, it has been, just not this one. So I hope that helps. I was in the shower and I thought I need to share this today, even though now I should have been shopping, but because I'd left my keys in the house, I had to go to the estate agent, get some more keys, take my kids to school, not go shopping, and now I'm doing Pilates without any shopping in the house. But I think that's okay, because that was an exciting morning that the kids thought was hilarious, walking through town this early. Anyway, listen, have a great day. I'm going to go and do a Pilates class, move my bod. Move your bod a bit if you can, and love and above. Love you.